Alright, welcome to my Sprint 2 video. So the first thing I want to demonstrate is the game class. This is my NACL engine.h. It is a singleton, it's got its pointer instance, static public functions with private non-static accessors. Um, everything starts in my game from the game.cpp, which is the NACL.cpp. The first things that will be loaded are the window initialization and the load resources, which are user defined classes that are over here. That loads everything, and then here in the load content, there's a call to the scene manager to make sure, first of all, that there's a start scene specified by the user in load resources, and begins that start scene. So inside the scene manager, um, as we see in initialize start scene, um, the scene is initialized, and here's a demo scene for that. This is a demo scene which is now it's derived from the scene class, and this file lives in the users folder. So we've now jumped over to the NACL resources and the user code section. Right now I have my three objects just being they're hard coded into the scene. Hopefully next week we'll have the mechanism to change that. But for now, my three objects, I have a plane, a frigate, and an axis, and those three are drawn when actually back up here. The engine calls update to the scene manager update as well as the draw. Stepping down the scene manager update, its current scene updates everything registered to that, and draw works in the same way. And so when we get down to the individual scene, the scenes draws the objects, and the scenes update updates the updatable objects. And if we step into a sample game object, with a nasty include right here, I am working on some file structures to fix that right now. Not structures, just reorganizing. But for now they are separate and they have this nasty include. This is my sample game object with all of the things necessary to make it work. And I have the draw function, which just has the code from the demo, as well as a massive update function. So in my class diagram, I have my engine over here. It is a singleton, and then the way I chose to set up my game object was the simple way option 1, where I have an updatable class and a drawable class, which are both inherited by game objects, which are then inherited into this game object that I have here. My plane and my axis objects are kind of terrainy, so I have them just inheriting from drawable, so that they have that functionality. That is, for my files, I do want to demonstrate that they are in fact separate. My engine has all of these bad boys. This is all of my engine files. They're living here, and then all of the user code is living here in this separate folder. So they are separate. Hopefully I can make them a little bit more organized. The notes from last video, I fixed this singleton. I fixed all the singletons. They should all be better. They shouldn't have any of those static functions in the wrong places. And I also spent some time and went back and fixed my debug messages. So not only when something fails does the user get a little message with their assertion, but if they trace back up, they can also find the exact key that started the problem. I also didn't mention in my last video, but I did go through and check and trace through my these deletes for the managers to make sure that they were in fact emptying, and I do have an assert here that just verifies that it is working correctly. So if the size is 0, and here each pointer, each created object, each shader object, model, whatever it is in fact deleted. Thank you so much, and I will see you in class.